Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about the IC fabrication process. So before that, the first IC was manufactured by the Kilby in 1958, John Kilby in 1958. So on September 12th, 1958, Kilby demonstrated the first working of IC and applied for patent on February 6th, 1959. So Kilby's description of the device being a work of an electronic circuit that was totally integrated led to the coining of the term integrated circuit. The integrated circuit was manufactured by John Kilby in 1958. So this was the integrated circuit. So what are the steps of IC fabrication process? So IC fabrication process steps are: the first one is preparation of substrate, the second one is epitaxial growth, and third one is oxidation and photolithography, diffusion, ion implantation, isolation technique, and metallization. So we are going to study the fabrication process of IC. So mainly here we are using different types of layers. The four layers used in the IC fabrication are: we are using the P-type substrate and N-type epitaxial layer and silicon dioxide layer and the aluminium layer. So the silicon dioxide layer protects the wafers against the impurities and protects from the contamination. So silicon layer protects the all wafers against the impurities and protects from the contamination. And the aluminium layer is also used in the IC fabrication process. So here the aluminium layer is necessary to supply all the interconnections between the components. So silicon dioxide layer is used for protection against the contamination and the aluminium layer is used for the interconnection between the components. So first we will start with the step number 1, that is preparation of substrate. So actually for preparation of the substrate we are using the silicon material. So here we are the raw material to make single crystal silicon, that is electronic grade silicon. So here we are using the electronic grade silicon. So the substrate is the bottom part of the IC. For substrate we are using the silicon material, that is electronic grade silicon, EGS we are using. So silicon wafer is produced by growing crystal. Silicon wafer is produced by growing the crystal, and it is so whatever the silicon layer we are obtained from the crystal structure, that is trimmed, sliced and polished to appropriate size and diameter. So depending on the IC, the silicon layer is trimmed, sliced and polished to appropriate size and diameter. So this is the step 1. Step 1 is the preparation of substrate. So the step 2 is the epitaxial growth. So growing a layer on substrate crystal structure. So whatever the substrate material we are taken, on that substrate material we are growing one more layer, that is mostly N plus layer is grown on the P-type substrate. So N plus layer is grown on the P-type substrate, that is highly doped N layer is grown on the P-type substrate. So all the active and passive components are built on it. So the IC is the combination of active and passive components. So many components are placed together, are integrated together on single place, that is said to be IC. So whatever the active and passive components required for the IC, all those are placed in this layer. The next one is oxidations. So a process to prevent the diffusion of impurities is said to be the oxidation. So for oxidation purpose we are using the silicon dioxide, that is SiO2. So silicon dioxide is used for it. So it will act like a barrier against the contamination. So step 4 is the photolithography. So this process produces the device, circuit or pattern on the silicon wafer. So we are going to manufacture different types of devices on the IC. So we can manufacture transistor, MOSFET and op amp and so on. So whatever the pattern required, so that pattern will be the pattern on the silicon wafer will be done by using the photolithography. So the process produces the device circuit or pattern on the silicon wafer. So in order to produce the pattern, we are using the UV light exposure. UV light exposure is used. So here we are having the two types of photolithography, that is photographic masking and photographic etching. So in photographic masking, it contains the circuit or pattern information. So whatever the image of this mask, that will be projected on the silicon wafer. So at the bottom we are having the silicon wafer, that is substrate, and after that we are having the epitaxial layer, and after that we are having the silicon dioxide. And so this photolithography process, whatever the pattern of the device will be projected on the silicon wafer by using the two methods. One is photographic masking. So in photographic masking, the image of the mask, what is having the image of this mask, is projected on the silicon wafer. And one more technique is photographic etching. So photographic etching, it will create the pattern by removing the material selectively. So it will create the pattern of the device by removing the material selectively. So selectively by chemical etching or physical etching. So the chemical etching is wet etching, and the physical etching is dry etching. So photolithography is the process that produces the device circuit or pattern on the silicon wafer. So for the pattern, we are using the UV light exposure in photolithography. So here we are using the two techniques, photographic masking and the photographic etching. So photographic masking, the image of the mask is projected, and photographic etching, we are removing the certain part of the material by chemical etching or the physical etching. The next step is diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but movement of impurity atoms in a semiconductor. So it will done at high temperature. Depth of the diffusion depends on the amount of time given for it. So here, movement of impurity atoms in a semiconductor. Diffusion is the movement of impurity atoms in a semiconductor. So it will done at the high temperature. Next is ion implantation. So it is also similar to the diffusion process only, but it will done at low temperature. So depending on the condition, we can go for the diffusion or ion implantation. So ion implantation is also alternative to the diffusion process. It will done at low temperature, and in these high energy dopants, ions are accelerated so that they penetrate into the silicon wafer. High energy dopants or ions are accelerated so that they penetrate on the silicon wafer. So the depth of the penetration can be increased by increasing the accelerating voltage. So whenever you increase the accelerating voltage, so the depth of the penetration will also increases. So the step 7 is the isolation technique. In isolation technique, isolation means separation between the components. So in isolation we are having the two types. So the isolation is done between the components, or it is done between the interconnections. So we are having the two types of isolation. The first one is the dielectric isolation, and the second one is the p-n junction isolation. So in dielectric isolation, it is done by surrounding components using silicon dioxide. So if the isolation is done by silicon dioxide material or some insulating material, then it is said to be the dielectric isolation. So in p-n junction isolation, in this type of isolation, the p-type the p-type impurities are diffused into the n-type epitaxial layer. So the isolation is nothing but the separation between the different components or different interconnections. So it is also two types, dielectric isolation and the p-n isolation. So in dielectric isolation, the isolation is done by silicon dioxide, and in p-n junction the isolation, the p-type impurities are diffused into the n-type epitaxial layer. The last step is metallization. So the process of adding thin film layer to interconnect various components is said to be the metallization. So here the thin film material is mostly the aluminium material. So in metallization process we are using the aluminium material. So if you observe this circuit, so here the silicon substrate, after that n plus layer, epitaxial layer. So here silicon dioxide. So silicon dioxide layer in step 3. So it is used to prevent the diffusion of impurities. So it will act as barrier against the contamination, and after that the various types of diffusion process, ion implantation process is done, and after that the metal contacts are placed. So this is the basic monolithic IC cross-sectional overview. So here we are having p-type, n-type material, aluminium metallization, and different types of diode junctions, resistors, transistors are placed. So thank you all. Hope you get some knowledge about the IC fabrication process, and after this fabrication the ICs are packaged and they will send to the required places.